Oh, I think he did.
A new one. I didn't get it yet.
Yeah, it's there.
We
Yeah, we
got
got it.
one.
No, new one.
Yeah, the new one
Okay.
came.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Maybe I'm thinking of an old one.
It says new.
Oh, it just came in, yeah.
Yeah, it says new exec.
Well, I don't know why I didn't get it.
Refresh.
Did. Okay. Still didn't get it. Got it.
Okay, and for those of you who didn't get it, we can, I could certainly send it to you when we go back to exec.
Okay, I got it.
Okay? Is everybody ready?
Let her rip.
I think so.
Okay. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the township website. Seeing that we have no flag, we don't have a pledge of allegiance, but I would like to call for a moment of silence for those who defend our freedom, both near and not so near. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Capides.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Here.
Committeewoman DuBois.
Here.
Committeeman Huber.
Present.
Committeeman Kaiser.
Present.
Welcome, everybody. Just as always, I'd like to thank Apu Mullock and Joe Voorhees for their help with our broadcast tonight. Not only are we on Facebook and YouTube, but we're also live on our township channel with our Zoom township committee meeting. There's been several announcements for the public who wish to participate in our meeting. Please go to that link and log in, and you would have more than enough time to do so. With your questions, please enter your name and address, and you'll be put into a queue. I'd like to start off with some announcements. Unfortunately, some somber announcements. The Township Committee and all employees extend our condolences to Pat Botu, our accounts payable clerk, on the passing of her parents, both Jane and Herb, this past week. We would also like to extend our condolences to former Governor Tom Kean, State Senator Tom Kean Jr., Reed Kean, Alexandra Kean Strong, and their families on the passing of their wife and mother, Debbie Kean, on April 23rd, 2020. As First Lady of New Jersey, Mrs. Kean found that many state employees were struggling due to the lack of daycare for their children. She lobbied various people until she received funds, and those funds established a number of daycare centers for the children of state employees, the largest of which is the Deborah B. Kean Child Care Center. This was one of her many accomplishments because, first and foremost, she was a wife and mother. Mrs. Kean is also noted for the renovation of the governor's mansion at Drumwagon. So our express condolences to the Kean family. Springfield Helping Seniors, limited emergency grocery shopping and pickup continues for Springfield elderly residents. Please call 973-912-2227. 48 hours requests to be met. Payments will be received only credit card on file at store or check to volunteer on delivery after presentation of receipt for purchases. No cash payment. And I would again like to acknowledge Committeewoman DuBois and Recreation Director Adam Lieb for taking the bull by the horns on this one and coordinating this. It's been quite successful. Again, that phone number, 973-912-2227 for anyone who needs grocery shopping or prescriptions, and we ask for 48 hours. Also, I'm sure that Mr. Pasicolo will mention this in his report more extensively, but we're also happy to announce that at last night's planning board meeting, the planning board unanimously approved our Gomes project and we're very happy for that. It's been a long time coming. We appreciate all the entities helping out, that coming to fruition. And I'm sure that Committeeman Huber and Mr. Basicolo and others might have some additional comments later on for the meeting. Does anyone else from the Township Committee have any announcements that I might have missed, or any comments about the announcements that I have made?
No.
Okay, seeing none, we're going to do something a little different than normal. We are going to have our executive session now. Traditionally, we have it more towards the end of our meetings, but sometimes in some situations, there might be some things we want to put on the agenda that perhaps the Township Committee needs to discuss further. So we're going to go into executive session, and perhaps there might be some additional resolutions to be put on tonight's agenda. And if there is, obviously, we'll go through them and explain what they are and the process procedure for which they go on. But with that, if anyone has anything else, I would like to have an motion to go into executive session, please.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back in a bit, everyone. We'll come back live when we reconvene after executive session. I just want to remind all.
Make sure you mute your microphones, please.
Just want to remind everybody to exit out of this meeting. And you were just emailed a few minutes ago further instructions for Zoom to go into executive session, and we will be logging back into this room to reconvene the regular meeting.
You taking over for Linda?
feet. Steve took possession of that vehicle. We're back in.
Carvana, the safer way to buy a car.
heard. I anticipated that question. The answer. Have been someone with disease in the lab, so they're not getting the right.
Apu, we're coming back.
We're back.
Oh, man. Crazy, crazy.
I vote for adjournment.
Oh,
People are still with us?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
A lot of people.
Let me see.
Mike went out for a drink. He came back.
I would. I'd go to Spirits and come back. Hell yeah.
Social
In
distancing.
public session.
All right, Apu, let me know when we're ready to go live. Do we have everybody? We got Township Committee is here.
Chris.
Craig, Linda, Adam. We have our chiefs. Yeah, I think we're good. Whenever you want to go, Apu, we're good.
I had black hair when we started this meeting, you know.
Okay, thank you everybody for your patience. We are back. Craig, do I need to make a motion to start again, go into open, or no, we good? We're just right back in it.
We're already back in.
Okay, so we are going to continue on, and thank you very much. More will be explained about the executive session as we get a little deeper into the meeting. Thank you very much for holding on with us. Madam Clerk, do I mention that new resolution now, or do we wait till we get to the resolutions portion of the meeting? You're on mute, Ms. Donnelly. Still on mute, Ms. Donnelly. I'm sorry.
Am I there now?
You are.
Okay, sorry. You can mention that we are adding 2020-156.
And so I will do, on the advice of Madam Clerk, we are adding resolution 2020-156 with more explanation as we get to that portion of our agenda. Continuing on to the agenda, again, we'd like to thank Apu Mullock and Joe Voorhees for setting this up for us, along with all of you for hanging with us. I know that was an extremely long executive session. It will be explained. We are going to move on to reports. Mr. Basicolo, good evening. How are you, sir? What's going on?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. I'll make this brief because we're running late. Just quickly touch on DPW, just a couple of things real quick. All essential services have been unaffected. Curbside collection for vegetative waste ends on April 30th. Beginning May 1st, residents may drop off all vegetative waste on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7:30 to 11 a.m. at 44 Morrison Road. We do have a scheduled change. We'll be suspending the e-waste drop-off on the first Saturday of the month for the remainder of the year. All e-waste will now be accepted at the vegetative waste drop-off during the week beginning on May 1st. All residents should contact DPW directly with any questions related to services to be ensured that they're getting accurate information. As I had mentioned, the courts are now in the process of sending out all summonses that they can do that aren't criminal or DUI. They're going to try to do those by mail. If somebody agrees, if you were speeding and the fine is $150, if you agree, you send your check in and you're done. The other things like DWI, that type of thing, will be done virtually. They're working on getting that set up to get the court back in process. Engineering, Mike Disco has been in. We're continuing doing everything that needs to be done from an engineering. Bob Herbert's been out doing NOVs from our zoning department. Admin is in every day. As you know, Linda, myself, Mary Ellen are in every day. Marriage license, Kristen's in 2-3 times a week if we need anything on marriage license. As you had mentioned before, Mr. Mayor, last night the Gomes project was final, site approval was done. We're looking at, we have 45 days to begin the sidewalk, to get that open, to get the traffic cones and that type of stuff up and get ready to go. If anybody has any questions on anything, I'll be happy to answer. I was just trying to keep it brief and quick.
Yes, I think we should keep on picking up the waste at people's houses because you want to keep the 6 foot and you don't want people gathering and things like that. I think it should be extended at least another month.
Great.
Anybody with me?
Yes.
I think that's something we need to talk to Mr. Betcher about before we do that, guys, and make sure that we can. What issues does that cause him?
Absolutely.
All
I
right,
see Mr. Betcher is on. He's muted.
Mr. Betcher,
Um, If he's not prepared tonight, I will talk to him offline and we'll get back to everyone.
Bless you.
Okay.
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
Hi, Mr. Betcher. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Yourself?
Good, good.
hey, Rob, I
I
want to
have to
extend the pickup for 30 more days.
apologize. I did step away for a few minutes, so I might have missed something if you were.
Rich wants to
We were
extend
a little
the pickup for another 30 days. Can we do that? What is that? What issues do you have?
Staffing levels, it just changes a little bit because we are shorthanded and we have to start moving into our spring operations. I can review our staffing levels tomorrow, see where we're at. But we are offering the 3-day-a-week vegetated waste drop-off at the pool. We pretty much believe that the majority of the debris is collected on the general cleanup in April, and the residents are able to manage the vegetated waste after that in small amounts. That being said, if you would like me to look into it, I certainly can.
I think you should look into it because we don't want people, just say, I bring my stuff and Alex brings his stuff and Chris brings his stuff and we're there. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? And then you start gathering your people. I don't want that. I think it'd be beneficiary for one more month.
Okay, so you're saying over the in light of the COVID, we would minimize interaction at the pool, drop off, and continue the service for another 30 days.
Yes.
I agree with Rich.
I mean,
I'm sure
we don't have to get any fields ready. We don't have to do anything like that. So the guys who are doing the fields, use them to pick up.
Well,
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying.
No. But as Mr. Bescher alluded to, he's got some staffing concerns, which is obviously quite valid. So why don't we just follow up with him in the next couple of days? And if that is the case, we can send a message out to the general public. But I wouldn't want him to make a decision now with not having all the staffing needs available at this time.
Thank you, man. We will get back to you before the week is over.
Okay.
John,
Yes, Erica.
I have a quick question. I was watching the planning board meeting yesterday, and they brought up a couple interesting points about Wawa, and I don't remember them in detail. Could you share with us what was going on with Wawa in regards to how the COVID situation is affecting a couple of things, with I think the fencing and the dumpster or something like that?
They were just struggling to get people back to finish up the work because of COVID. So that's what's delaying them. And Mike, I don't know if we have a date yet from Wawa.
No, not as of yet. I reached out to them because obviously they were going to do the ribbon cutting a week ago, but that was put off. But I'll reach out to them again tomorrow just to give them like more of an ETA and see what's going on. So we just get an idea in regard. But they're moving diligently. But again, there's always going to be kind of like delays in general, but I think more so in this situation.
Yeah, I think it was out of their control, really, it sounded like.
Yeah, that is true, Erica.
All right.
Okay, that was it.
Any more questions for Mr. Basicolo? Seeing none, let's go on.
As far as Gomes, it's been 7 years since we first got the prints from him, and finally last night. It took a long time to get to, so it's there. He has it. It's in his court now. That's all I can say. I mean, everybody worked hard on it. So, and John did a lot of work with it. Mike did a lot of work, the engineer. So, and everybody's happy.
We'll ride shotgun on him, Richard.
Anything else for Mr. Basicolo? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to finance. Do I have a motion, please?
I will make a motion to accept the total amount of payroll and invoices from the period of April 15th to April 28th, 2020 in the amount of $716,909.13.
I will second that.
Okay.
Second roll call, please.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving on to the third part of our reports, Mr. Scalera, I know we didn't get a chance to talk before the meeting. Do you need some time tonight to give us a brief overview about our business and their updates?
No, I'll be quick with this and everything because we had our bid meeting this morning. So I'll give it to you with less than 5 minutes. We were, the bid now is, we're on our 9th year. When we originally started the bid, I reached out to the union bid and I was like, look, how long does it take for redevelopment? And Mike Minateri, which I remember him, he was like, Michael, it's going to take 5 to 10 years for this to happen. So we're in year 9 right now. So again, it wasn't, I mean, when he originally told me it's going to take 5 to 10 years, I was like, I want it to happen sooner. But again, what's happening, we're right around the corner with it. Gomes, obviously this was signed on last night, but me and John, we've talked about it in depth. There's always obstacles with him. We're not too sure what's going to happen, but John's staying on him and everything and making sure that he's following the rules and regulations. And then we're just working with it as it comes to. We have a design review committee that we were meeting with about a month or so ago. John was on the committee also. Actually, John set it all up. It was Harbor Consultants. They were absolutely fantastic, professional. We've always needed design review because now that redevelopment is happening, we need a design review in regards to streetscape, the signage, where the signage is going to go. So we're working with them right now. They sent us out a survey about a month ago in specifically what Springfield warrants in regards to what we want. So, we're working with that right now. And thank you, John, for getting that together. We have had a bunch of us on there. Marketing, we have a marketing meeting on Friday. So we're really cognizant in working, having new projects for the businesses. We had the gift certificate marketing thing where we subsidized $10 per gift certificate. That went off the charts. All the businesses that were on that, they sold out. So we're refunding them the $10 per gift certificate they had. So we're looking to do that again. And also we gave 136 gift certificates to the seniors because we know, and we paid for that. The senior center and us, we split the cost on that. So we figured let's help them out also. As for anything else on that, we're reviewing, we're gonna have all the marketing because again, our thing is to pump up the Springfield residents to help the Springfield eateries. And also we're looking now to expand that with the professional companies, the essential companies. So we're really looking to really put that up. We have an X amount earmarked to go towards that. So that's my report in regards to it. But again, redevelopment is around the corner and we're full-fledged on it. So going on. Thanks, Chris.
Mike, great job by you, Beth, Scott. We appreciate this long endeavor and we appreciate all your hard work. I know we're due for a one-on-one conversation soon. And I know that we're going to be talking later on this week about some things. So definitely we will stay in touch, but we appreciate all your hard work. Before I get on to the minutes and reports, I just want to remind everybody again, thanks for hanging with us. I know we had a longer executive session than anticipated, but if you would like to join in the public comments section at the end of the meeting, there are instructions on how to do so through Zoom that were put on our website, on our Facebook page. And I also, if you're watching live, I actually also posted those instructions to our live broadcast on Facebook in order to participate in tonight's meeting. With that, I will go on to part 4, minutes and reports. Do I have a motion, please?
Rich?
I
Rich?
motion to adopt regular meeting minutes of February 25th, 2020 is emailed.
Second.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Excellent. On to new business. I'm going to turn it over to Committeeman Kaiser. Alex?
Yeah, no, real quick, I noticed what another town was doing regarding community gardens. I know we have one community garden that several residents take care of and do some gardening and farming. And I noticed that Scotch Plains put out a directive on some best practices that should be abided by in the community garden, whether it's keeping it locked at all times so only the people who have a space can enter, wiping down equipment that's used and the lock before and after entering. If you're next to your, say, garden mate, that maybe you wait until they complete before you come in. So I know all the other members, I think, have seen the memo at least once or twice, but it's certainly in your email, and it's something I don't think we have to vote on here, but something that we should at least signal to one of our directors, if it's DPW or if it's Ms. Donnelly, that we put out something similar to the gardeners, because, face it, they're going to have to adhere to some social distancing, and I know that some questions have arisen. So Scotch Plains, the tip of the hat is to you for putting these out.
Cool. And John, can you follow up with those organizations that we have in town and just touch base with them about their process and procedure? And Committee Kaiser does bring up some very valid points that we should all be reminded of from time to time. So that's certainly more than appropriate to do, if you don't mind.
I'll call out Mirabelle in the morning and get Scotch Plains, and then we will mirror and post.
Thank you. I do have a new business item that I'd like to share with the members of the public. The Township Committee had a consensual conversation and was actually part of our executive session today regarding the community pool and our summer programs, whether or not they would be running this year. We have not made a decision yet, mainly because we want to hear from the public and what they have to say about it. I'm sure you all have concerns as it relates to COVID-19 and the future in the summer months. We do understand that, Memorial Day is coming up and the pool is scheduled to be open soon. But what I wanted to tell you is that the Township Committee has decided to put a resolution for consideration on the agenda for our next meeting on May 25th regarding the possible closure of the Springfield Community Pool and the cancellation of summer camps. We in leadership, as your Township Committee, we've had to come by and continue to make some very tough choices and some very hard choices in a very unprecedented time, this being one of them. So I'm imploring you all, if you have anything that you would like to share with the community, or should share with our Township Committee or our Rec Director, Adam Lieb, or any of our employees, Mr. Pasicolo, any of us, about your concerns about whether you feel the pool and the summer camp should go on a schedule this summer, to please let us know, because it will be on the agenda for our May 12th meeting. Just very briefly, I wanted to go over some of the concerns that we have. Mainly all of them are a safety concern. We are getting advisements that if we had our pool open, and again, this is all information from our county, state, and other recreational outlets, that a pool entrance, people coming in would have to have their temperatures taken, both employees and guests, all members coming in to make sure that they don't have any symptoms and they have an appropriate temperature for being in the pool and around the pool area. There are many small children, as you are aware, that come and play, and social distancing has to be, if it's still practiced at that time, needs to be adhered to. And of course, if there's still social distancing process and procedure in place by the governor, what this does to our camps. Can we have our camps at maximum? Can we have our pool at maximum? Can we run a regular pool camp and pool facility under the advisement of social distancing? And then lastly, God forbid, if we open the pool and then we have to close. This all not only has social distancing precautions and COVID-19 precautions, but it's also a financial matter that this Township Committee must, take into consideration. And that is why we are going to put this resolution on our agenda for next meeting, That's going to be on the 25th. I'm sorry, on May 12th. May 25th is Memorial Day weekend, and we want to make sure that if we do have to make the unfortunate decision to do that, that all parents and people that have families and young children and people that normally use the pool and take advantage of our camps can make alternative plans. So if you have any comments or suggestions, you can certainly comment during this meeting or next meeting. We really want to get a pulse of how you feel about it, but it is a decision that collectively the township committee people and our recreation heads and supervisors have come to, that it's more than appropriate and more than responsible to consider this task moving forward, and that we will be considering that for our next township committee meeting on May 12th. So with that, I am going to go into ordinances. We have four ordinances this evening. Madam Clerk, would you please read the first ordinance by title?
Yes, ordinance 2020-08. This ordinance amends the Township Code to supplement the land use provisions regarding principal buildings per lot.
I make a motion to adopt ordinance 2020-08 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source, May 7th, 2020.
I second.
Mr. Mayor, just to give a little insight, this has to do with two buildings on one lot, two principal buildings on one lot. Somewhere along the line, the ordinance, that line got left out. We're just putting it back in. That's all it amounts to.
Okay, at this time, I want to make sure that to open up the this ordinance for public comment. I
First
see
reading, though.
two for this is for second reading.
For second reading, I'm sorry.
Anyone wish to for public comment? Okay, I have two in the queue right now. Hello, Mr. Fernandez, do you wish to speak to this ordinance? Or are you going to speak at the end of the meeting? Mr. Fernandez, are you going to speak to this ordinance, or would you rather speak at the end of the meeting? Okay, I couldn't get in touch with him. So hearing no comments from the public, I'm going to close the public portion comment. I am going to close the public comment portion. Is there any discussion up here?
No.
Seeing none, I'm going to ask for a roll call.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman DuBois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
I don't know if Committeeman Kaiser is still with us.
Committeeman
He's
Kaiser.
texting me. He's texting me that he's out of the meeting.
Can he sign back in? Let me see if I can get him on speakerphone.
That am I the only one? Yeah,
Yes. I'm going to call him right now.
okay.
Hey, I'm having difficulty here.
Okay, I have you on speaker right now, and obviously we're live. We're doing a vote on the ordinance 2020-08 for second reading. I don't know where we lost you, but we're in roll call and we're asking for your vote.
Me, yeah, I'm a yes.
Okay, you're a yes. Do you want to call me back, or do you want to try to get back into our live, or you want to stick with me on the phone?
I'll stick with you because I guess my internet went out. So.
Okay, all right. So we'll have you on the phone here. Ms. Donna, did you hear that?
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Kaiser is going to be with us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Mayor Capides.
I'm a yes.
Okay.
Now we're moving on to ordinance 2020-09. Madam Clerk, please read the ordinance by title.
This ordinance amends the Township Code to supplement the land use provisions regarding conditional use to include massage establishments.
I will make a motion to accept ordinance 2020-09 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source, also May 7th, 2020.
I second.
Okay, I'm opening up this ordinance to public comment. Seeing no anyone for public comment, I'm closing the public comment portion. Any discussion up here? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's go to ordinance 2020-10, please.
This ordinance amends the land use provision of the Township Code to change the height limitation of fences. May I have a motion?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, on 2010, read by Madam Clerk, to be publication of local source, May 7th.
Okay, I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay,
And before we go to public comment, I just want to state for the record, Committeeman Kaiser is back on Zoom. Welcome back. Any public comment on ordinance 2020-10? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public comment portion and ask for a roll call, please.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Okay.
Ordinance 2020-11. Madam Clerk, please read by title.
All right, this is the first reading for 2020-11. This ordinance amends the Township Code to supplement the land use provisions to include provisions regarding pipelines.
Mr. Chairman, as read by Madam Clerk, ordinance 2020-11, to be publication, local source, May 7th, 2021, with final hearing on May 26th, 2020.
Second.
It's a long time overdue.
Yeah.
Any other discussion up here?
No.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go through the resolutions by title. I'm sorry, by consent agenda. If you want anything pulled, please let me know. Resolution 2020-151, 152, 153, 154,
Hold
155, holding 154, 155, and 156. I'm gonna pull 156 as well. I'm pulling 154 and 156, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
Do I have a motion, please?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve resolutions number 2020-151, 2020-152, 2020-153, and that's it, right?
Nope, 155.
55.
2020-155, sorry.
It's okay.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Okay.
154, please.
Resolution 2020-154, this resolution authorizes the refund of fees collected from the Recreation Department.
I'm gonna be sitting this one out.
Okay.
Okay, so I will make a motion to adopt resolution 2020-154 as read by Madam Clerk.
I second.
Okay.
Roll call.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber abstains, Mayor
Yes.
Capides.
Yes.
Okay.
And finally, 156.
Okay. Resolution 2020-156. This resolution authorizes the township administrator to implement, as deemed necessary, a voluntary furlough program for non-essential municipal employees.
Yeah, as we've touched upon several times during this meeting, and as we continue to do, we're in unprecedented times, and unfortunately, we need to make some tough decisions up here as committee members, and I know that businesses and residents and we're all faced with tough decisions. Mr. Basicolo, can you just briefly just let the public know what this resolution is all about, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. So we have some employees that would like to volunteer to take a furlough. And the only thing this does, it allows me to accept that along with the department head's recommendation that they can still run the department without having to bring each one to the township committee to vote on. This is only a voluntary furlough and it's only for a certain period of time.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about this?
No.
No? Okay, roll call, please.
Can I have a motion? Or
I'll make a motion
Motion
to
to-
adopt resolution 2020-156 as read by Madam Clerk.
Second.
okay.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have one discussion and action item. Do I have a motion?
Yeah,
that
I
me?
would like to approve the request from Congregation Israel to waive permit 2020-0240, which is for a water heater in the amount of $63.
I will second.
Okay. Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeeman Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Mayor Capides.
Yes.
Okay.
We have one correspondence from Summit, ordinance 20-3211 regarding zoning regulations. I ask that it be received and filed. And at this point, I would like to open up the meeting for public comment on any governmental issue. Just a friendly reminder, because of the Zoom application, we're allowing 3 minutes. And I will bring you in. First, we have Miss Jones. Miss Jones, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, and I see I'm unmuted, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes, well, I do say that yes, it's long overdue, and that's why I came back, because I didn't understand why we were having executive meeting in the middle, session in the middle, but I see why now. Now, when on May 26th, we get the details of what's happening with the provisions regarding pipelines for 2020-11, that ordinance?
I can send you a copy of it if you would like.
Yes, you can email it to me. I can
Yes.
give you my email. I can send it to your email because I have your
Okay.
email. Okay.
Okay. Email me to remind me and I'll be happy to send you a copy of the ordinance.
All right. Thank you so much. There will be dancing in the streets, let me tell you.
Thank you very much. We're like I said, we appreciate your commitment. We appreciate you coming back, and you're right, it's long overdue, and I'm happy we were able to get it done for our community.
I am too. And the second thing is, now this vegetative waste, is that leaves? What are you talking about?
Yes.
Vegetative waste.
Mr. Betcher or Mr. Basicolo, do you want to just expand upon that, please?
Yeah, I'm hoping Robbie's still on. Go ahead, Robbie. I'd like you to explain that.
Yes, I am. Vegetative waste consists of grass, leaves, soft garden material, and light brush under 2 inches in diameter.
Okay, so it's all yard stuff, not stuff
It's
for
all-
compost.
Correct.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. And I just want to know, do you have any plans for Sarah Bailey? Anything that you know about?
No plans for Sarah Bailey.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate your work. And I will be telling the 89 people who signed the petition, as well as the members of the CACP who've been working on this. Again, thank you for this.
Thank you. All right, we have one more. Mr. Fernandez, are you there?
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure I was working. Two things real quick. What happens now with the budget? Like, what's the state giving you guys, or what's like? Is there an extended period of time now to get a budget done, or what exactly happens now during this crisis?
Miss Sherry, do you want to take that one, please?
Yes, I'll take that one. The state has extended the deadlines. It was originally extended anyway this year, but then when the COVID came through, they've extended it so it has to be introduced in our first meeting in May, which we are prepared to do.
Are they talking about how much they're going to give the towns yet? Have they discussed that? Do you know your numbers yet, or not yet?
We've given guidance to go with the same state numbers we had last year, and we are hoping that that the state will come through on those numbers. But our budget will reflect some of the hardships and additional costs of COVID.
Okay. I was just wondering how they were doing that. And then, Mayor, the second question, you mentioned the pool.
Yes.
Was that under closed, you said?
Yes. That was one of the things that we discussed this evening.
Okay. And I understand and I agree with everything you were saying. I just procedurally, how's that fall under closed?
No decisions were made in closed session. The closed session was based on the personnel components of the possible closure of the pool and some related recreation activities.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Be safe.
Thank you.
Yep.
You too.
Mayor, I have one quick question.
Sure.
The taxes are coming up May 1st. And I know if they're not paid by the 15th, that there are any penalties. Is there any relief on those from whether it be a business or a resident that you guys have talked about, or from the state?
No, the only guidance that we've gotten so far is from the governor today, the executive order today. That is the only thing that we have as far as accommodations for tax collecting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, seeing no one else in the queue for a Q&A. Before we do, I just want to take a moment of personal privilege. Tomorrow's my daughter's 14th birthday, so I just told her that I would wish my daughter Madison a happy birthday. It's in COVID, like I'm sure everyone else's is, but I said part of it is I would wish her a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Madison.
Happy birthday, Madison.
Happy birthday, Madison.
I
And
vote
with
for
that, I will
German.
call. There it is. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Be safe.
Yep.
You
Be
too.
safe.
24.
Bye.
Bye.